Hello guys, welcome to the 8-week Strictly Raise the Bar program. Obviously you guys have just come on board and are wondering what we do at the start, okay? So what we're going to do basically is we're going to cleanse the body and get it ready for some great success fat loss wise, and also we're building lean muscle too by doing a 2-week detox, all right? And on the next slide I'm going to tell you why we would even think to do something like that. All right. So basically, you've got a picture of a lady enjoying a glass of wine, possibly after work or looking after kids or whatever, or stressful day. Pushing her towards the wine, she's just enjoying that. Okay, so when we're focusing less on health and fitness, it's easy to accidentally take the body's systems out of sync. All right. So it's easy to accidentally, just eat whatever's there, eat on the go, have your sandwiches with loads of mayo in and stuff like that, bread with loads of salt and sugar in, and yeast, all these kind of things that aren't good for the body, kind of blocking the body up. And it's easy to slip into having a glass of wine here or there. And what happens is basically the body tends to be very, very sensitive to these things. They're influenced, a lot of these things, all right? So when this happens, it's good to have a period of uninterrupted good actions that cleanse the body from the inside, and they kind of just stop your systems being so hypersensitive and causing like inflammation in the body, all right? So everybody's body works differently. It's a bit of a tongue twister, isn't it? So your body may be different to somebody else who's on the program in your group, okay? Or my body, okay, might work differently with some of these foods. So what I do is I tend to blanket cover the lot of you so that we make sure that everybody is going to get some decent success on the program. All right, so over the 12 years, I've noticed that, that everyone's different, and different things work for different people. So some people's bodies, I'm guesstimating around about 40%, it could be totally wrong, could be a bit different to that, respond instantly to balanced dieting with treats still going in. All right, so some people absolutely are a little bit luckier, and that does work, okay? How long it works is something that I've noticed. It doesn't usually work for a long time, if I'm honest, but yeah, some people from the get-go can keep some treats in and they get some good results. All right, so there are many ways to do this. But many others need that solid foundation of a cleansed, of a detox and a complete whole food cleanse, basically, to make success happen long term. All right. This program basically gives you a 100% chance of success, okay, if you do the detox first. It's that simple. It's a gateway to success. If I was to say to you, right, sign up for this program, pay a lot of money or a decent amount of money, hard-earned money, and then I'm going to give you a 40% chance of success, you might want your money back, yeah? And I get that. So we're not going to do that. We're going to basically give you a 100% chance of success of going towards your end goal, okay? Simple as that. So I know your goals by now, and we're going to work on that, all right? Okay, so the chances, last bit here, chances of success increased as I look. Oh, the chances of success, I'm reading it, are increased, of course, as I am going to be looking every single day at your nutrition. And then I'll offer you feedback for you to act on, all right? Do I expect you to act on the feedback? Of course I do. You paid hard-earned money, and you've got to come back again every single day. So you get that nice bit of accountability with me, and I can be very firm, obviously fair as well, all right? So I think it's the only way that works as a trainer. I'm not one of them who likes to sort of be soft and too pally, over pally and really soft. It doesn't work, okay? I wouldn't earn any money anyways like that. Okay, so what does Andy's detox involve? So my detox involves exclusions of the following. All sugar and added sugar, all right? This, I know it doesn't sound healthy, but it includes fruit, all right? Bear with me. So the reason for that is that we want your insulin sensitivity to reduce, okay? We don't want your insulin, you to be so sensitive to the sugars that are going in the body, and for your insulin to sort of be up and down all the time. All right. So we have supplementation and a recommended supplement list for you to order in and basically get all of the goodness that you need to replace the fruits. Okay. We also exclude dairy for 2 weeks. Okay. And that's because 50% of you are more likely dairy intolerant. All right. Again, we're going to get calcium supplement in there to replace what you would get from cow's milk. Okay, so we're going to basically get that in there. You could also have unsweetened almond milk, coconut milk, stuff like that as well if you like. All right. Caffeine. Going to be replacing caffeine out because basically we don't want anything artificial that goes in and it is a stimulant. All right. So caffeine is a terrible one because what it does, you've had a okay night's sleep, a decent night's sleep. You wake up, first thing you do, you have caffeine, you have a cup of coffee, you're going to cause yourself some problems because you've already had some sleep to give you energy. And then basically caffeine going in just upsets a lot of your body's systems. And it doesn't help having 2, 3, 4 cups a day going in and basically shocking your system. It's like, what is this? It kind of just doesn't respond well long-term with fat loss. So it's good to get that out. It's one less distractant in the body. All additives, okay, so we're going to remove all additives out of the body so that your body can heal from within with whole foods, all right, no interruption whatsoever. And now this is the big one that a lot of people basically find tougher, okay, but you're here for a reason. It's alcohol, okay, so we're going to take out alcohol or liquid fat as I like to call it. Remember there's 3 macros, okay, carbs, fats, proteins. The 4th macro is basically liquid fat. It's alcohol. Has no place if you're trying to burn fat. Has no place in your diet. Okay, especially these first couple of weeks. Across this program, you don't really want to be getting it in, okay? It will really hinder progress, okay? Okay, so we've got an angry lady. There's a picture here. It scares me, this one. I built this bit. So what's allowed then? So this is how some people react. They freak out a little bit. I get that. So what is allowed? If all those things aren't allowed, it could seem like the end of the world. Could be like exactly what you've been doing. All of those things on the last page could be exactly what you've been doing before coming onto the program. All right, maybe in Easter or whenever. Okay, so we're going to allow whole foods in that make the body naturally burn fat. It's as simple as that. Real foods, basically your body's hardwired to recognize real foods. It's not really hardwired to recognize a lot of these produced foods, okay? And it tends to reject them, the man-made foods, put them to the side, and guess what? It stores them as, it stores them as muscle? Very rarely, it stores them as fat, okay? So I love Joe Wicks, okay? I think he's an amazing, I love his motivation, I love his videos, and you know what? He's much more successful in many ways than myself at this point in time, but I'm not having no Joe Wicks bagels going in there. I'm not gonna pull the wool over your eyes and say, yeah, you can have loads of bread. There's no fads, no gimmicks, no bullshit on this program. Just gonna get real food and drinks in, especially these first 2 weeks, to make the body naturalize and become a fat furnace by the end of the 2-week detox, okay? That's great, but of course, you're gonna tell me, I can't keep that forever. I get that. We're not gonna try and keep up forever. It's highly unlikely you're never gonna eat or drink anything produced again. We have to set the body up by week 3 to be able to handle some of the processed foods better and obviously processed drinks better. All right, we're not gonna go crazy and allow loads in. We're going to have an allowance after this, okay? So bear with me, guys. We're going to get through the 2 weeks first. We're going to smash it. We're going to set the body up to do so well. And then more than likely, you're not going to want to ruin it, all right? That's what tends to happen on these kind of programs, all right? So it's time to bring in a bit of flexible dieting in week 3 and 4, okay? Or week 3 or 4. I'm just going to come to that a bit later, all right? I don't want to confuse you too much. You'll be allowed basically an allowance of each macro in those weeks, which are basically your carbs, fats, and proteins. And then we're going to be allowed to get some of those macros into the body from less natural sources, all right? So let me try and take an example. You might have processed chicken, you know, sliced chicken instead from the packet, something like that, instead of actually getting a chicken from the best place, okay, the best source. All right, so that's an example. Okay, so I have to cook a measure. Absolutely. Yeah, you will learn so much more about your foods by putting in this effort in this first 2 weeks. All right. I'd love you to measure all the time anyways, okay, because then you truly know by doing the mathematics that you have a calorie deficit, and mathematics wins every single time. All right, we're doing this properly, guys. Initially, I'm going to set you a calorie range for both your training days and non-training days. All you have to do is literally ask me. You can email me, or you can WhatsApp me, or you can tag me in a post on the Facebook page, on the Facebook group. All right. Then we're going to use tools such as food weighing scales. So go and get those if you haven't got them already. Nutritional info on the back of your packets. Okay, we're going to start learning about those if you don't know about them already. If we haven't got that, we're going to Google search the info, and then we're going to use a calculator just to work out how much we need for us at particular meals. All right. We're also going to use the MyFitnessPal app if you like as well. So not everyone likes that, but it's a good idea. Each evening around 9 p.m, everyone on our Facebook group submits their nutrition in a post that I put up. And then I tend to go along and mark it the next day after breakfast typically, and after a few training commitments that I have. And then I give scores for the following, all right? One is fat loss ability, the quality of your nutrition across the whole day for fat loss, all right? So it's not just meal per meal. It's the whole day. Muscle buildability, how much quality lean muscle is likely to be built in that day out of 10, all right? Same as all day, not just one meal, all right? Your effort level, how much you are efforting in relation to previous days, okay? So this is as you learn. I'm looking for a bit more all the way through your learning process, all right? So I'll mark a little bit harsher on this as we go along, all right? But obviously I'm here to be supportive too. All right, so that's what we're going to be marking on. You take the feedback and yeah, you do with it what you will. You improve. Simple as that. And I look for you to improve. Do you get a healthy food list? Absolutely. Yes, it's currently downloadable in an Excel spreadsheet format in the Facebook group. Okay, in your Facebook group. All right. If you can't find it, it's no problem. Just message me and I'll email it to you over same day or next morning. Okay. For fat loss, what we're looking to do, all right, this is how we lose fat on this program, especially in the first couple of weeks. We stick to the calories set by me because it's going to have a small calorie deficit, around 10 to 15%, okay? Basically, we're going to work out roughly how many calories you need to stay at the same weight or kind of fat level, all right? And then we're going to bring that down a little bit. Not too much. We're not going to smash it down, okay? Because the body will do the opposite. It will hang on to fat. So we're going to basically do that. All right. We're going to get in 2.5 liters plus of water. We're going to sleep 7+ hours if possible. Some of you struggle with sleep, so we're just going to look to improve that actually. I know one of the guys, Gary, used to sleep 4 hours. He now sleeps 5.5. Do you know what? It's progress. I like it. We're going to keep stress levels low just to help the body change, okay? Stress gets in the way of results, so let's try and do that. We're going to get carbs in at the key right times, okay? So for fat loss, your complex carbs coming in early in the day, okay, before lunch, and post-workout on training days, okay? So if you work out in the evening, it'll be early morning, you get some carbs in, and then you get some directly after training with your protein as well. All right. On non-training days, it will be just early in the day a couple of times, okay? So your first couple of meals, we'll be getting the carbs in. We'll look at the macro ratios around week 4 in a little bit more detail as part of the course's learning, all right? Now, if you're on a build-up program, it's a little bit different. We're going to actually have a small excess, a small increase of around 10 to 15% on your calories per day. All right, we're still going to get in lots of water. We're going to be sleeping plenty, keeping your stress levels low, just like the other plan. But we're going to be getting carbs in a little bit more. We're going to be building. So we want more carbs going in, maybe 3 times a day, 3 to 4 times a day, okay? Maybe 4 times a day on a training day, and on a non-training day, 3 times a day, all right? Again, early is good. Ideally, you want 40% of your energy coming from carbs plus if you're building muscle, all right? Next step, look over your food list and ask me if you can't find it. Look through other people's nutritional logs. and then learn what others are doing well and poorly, and look for people that are getting 10 out of 10. And then basically we're going to do your first log and go from there.